Hello there and welcome to Schofield Studios, and I just saw Brother, Where Art Thou? If you don't know what movie that is, it has George Clooney. It's directed by the Coen brothers. John Goodman makes an appearance, and it's supposed to be this funny type of Three Stooges movie. So today, I'm going to review it. Tell me in the comments if you've seen the movie, and if so, did you like it? Now sit back, relax, and let's begin. And to start off, the directing is great. From capturing the vibe to the camera or to all the directing, it's very good. I mean, it's directed by the Coen brothers, and you can tell that. George Clooney is pretty good in the movie, and the three main characters are very funny. I thought everyone in the movie was rather funny or interesting, like Michael Babaluco, Chris Thomas King, John Goodman, and much more names I can't pronounce. Yes, I have a hard time pronouncing John Goodman. Sue me. Okay, I've been sued. They did a good job capturing the 1920s setting, from the music, which I'll get to in a second, to the vibe, to everything that is seen, like the movie theaters, the stores. You really think you're back in the 1920s. The soundtrack is pretty good. All the 1920s music to the folk music to all that, it was pretty funny. I mean good. No, the next thing I talk about is the funniness. So there's some funny scenes in there. It did make me laugh at points. Most of the time it's just amusing, but it did make me laugh. Not as much as I was hoping, but it did. Speaking of which, John Goodman made a very good cameo. I thought he was pretty funny in it. And overall, I thought it had a lot of good stuff that's known in Coen Brothers movies. Now, we just came through the good. Now let's go on to the bad. And to start off with the... What? I can't use that sound effect? Now, what are they gonna do? Sue me? Anyways, Okay, they sued me. Anyways, to start off with the bad, let me go through my list here. It's hard to remember what the plot is about. At first you think, oh, so there are these three prisoners who are escaping prison, and they have to make sure they're not around the cops. And then it turns into the story where they're chasing a treasure. Then it turns out there was no treasure, and they were just there to arrest them. Then it's about breaking someone out from prison, and then somehow the KKK gets involved, although historically accurate. Still has nothing to do with the story. And then it turns into this mayor election thing, and there's no particular plot. And then this character, Coley, I think that's his name, Coley, something, some officer who I guess was chasing them this whole time, becomes the main villain. And he only shows up like 2 scenes. And then famous gangster George Nelson gets involved, and it just doesn't get its story right. It doesn't have a straight plot. Also, they don't introduce the characters. We're just walked right into them getting chased by the police, and then the story begins. We're not introduced to the characters. We have to learn about them as the story goes. You don't even know that George Clooney's wife, he has a wife, until we actually get to that scene. So there's some stuff that makes it confusing, and that's the bad. Oh, come on, we're getting sued again. Anyways, on to final ranking. And for my final ranking, I thought it was funny. It had some good characters. I thought George Clooney did a good job. The directing from the Coen brothers was great, but it doesn't have a clear plot. And most of all, they just introduce the characters and we don't even know anything about them until the story goes along. So the movie, it's pretty confusing overall, but still it manages to capture the vibe of the 1920s and has good directing. So this is a very, very, very mixed movie for me. So I thought I'd actually give it a 7.0 out of 10. If you like Coen Brothers movies and George Clooney, you should see it. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe and click the bell to see more content from me. This has been Schofield Studios, where you're the audience. And